If you are in your 20s right now, this might be the most important video you will ever watch about money. Because the truth is brutal, most people don't become poor because they don't work hard. They become poor because they wait too long to start. And every year you delay, money gets more expensive for you. Wealth is not built by luck, and it's not built by motivation either. It is built by something much more boring but far more powerful, time multiplied by consistency. The easiest way to build wealth in your 20s is not some secret crypto trick, not dropshipping, not gambling on stocks, and not trying to get rich fast. The easiest way is to turn your 20s into a machine that converts income into ownership, ownership of assets, ownership of skills, ownership of your future. Most people use their 20s to consume, smart people use their 20s to accumulate. And the difference between those two paths is not intelligence, it is behavior. What you do with your first real paychecks decides how hard or how easy the rest of your life will be financially. The first step is understanding that your main job in your 20s is not to feel rich, but to build the foundation that will make you rich later. This means your priority is not lifestyle, it is leverage. Leverage comes from three places: your income, your expenses, and your investments. Income is what you earn, expenses are what you keep, and investments are what multiplies what you keep. Most people focus only on income, but income alone will never make you wealthy if your spending rises with it. The goal is not to make more money and spend more money. The goal is to make more money and lock in a high savings rate. If you earn $2,000 a month and save for $100, that is powerful. If you earn $5,000 and save nothing, you are trapped. Wealth starts with a gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is your weapon. That gap is your future. You must design your life so that saving is automatic and spending is limited. Not because you are cheap, but because you are strategic. Every dollar you don't spend is a worker you send into the future to work for you. Now comes the part most people misunderstand. Saving alone is not enough. Saving protects money, but investing grows it. And in your 20s, your biggest advantage is not money. It is time. Compound interest is not magic, it is math. But it behaves like magic when you give it decades to work. If you invest small amounts early, they become large amounts later because your money earns money, and then that money earns money. This is why starting early matters more than starting big. A person who invests consistently from age 20 will often beat someone who starts at 35 with double the income. The easiest investment strategy in your 20s is boring and predictable: low-cost index funds, long-term holding, and automatic monthly investing. You don't need to beat the market. You need to ride the market. You don't need to time crashes. You need to be present for growth. The mistake people make is trying to be smart instead of trying to be consistent. Wealth is built by systems, not emotions. You automate your investing so your feelings don't interfere. You treat investing like a bill you must pay every month, except this bill pays you back. But money alone will not make you rich if your earning power stays low. The real engine of wealth in your 20s is skill acquisition. Skills increase income, income increases investing power, and investing increases wealth. This is a loop. Your 20s are the easiest time to build skills because your responsibilities are lower and your energy is higher. The most valuable skills are not random. They're connected to leverage, communication, sales, technology, problem solving, and the ability to learn fast. If you can learn how to sell, how to code, how to market, or how to manage systems, your income ceiling rises dramatically. This is why spending money on courses, books, and education that directly increase your earning ability is not a cost, it is an investment. But only if you apply it. Passive learning does nothing. Skill only becomes valuable when it produces results. The wealthiest people are not the smartest, they are the ones who can turn knowledge into output. Your 20s should be focused on becoming useful. The more useful you are, the more you get paid. And the more you get paid, the faster your investing engine grows. At the same time, you must avoid the biggest wealth killer of all, lifestyle inflation. This is the silent enemy. When your income goes up, your expenses try to chase it. Better phone, better car, better clothes, better apartment. And suddenly, even though you earn more, you feel broke again. This is how people with high salaries stay poor. They upgrade their life instead of upgrading their future. The easiest way to beat this is to decide in advance that raises and bonuses belong to your investments, not your ego. You can improve your life, but slowly and intentionally. Wealth is not built by looking rich. It is built by staying boring long enough for your money to become loud. Your friends might spend on weekends, vacations, and status. You spend on assets, education, and ownership. This creates a temporary difference in lifestyle, but a permanent difference in outcome. And finally, the most important rule, you must think long-term in a short-term world. Social media shows you fast money and fake success. But real wealth is built in silence, over years, through repetition. You invest every month, you increase income every year. You control expenses always, you let time do the heavy work. This is the easiest way to build wealth in your 20s because it does not require genius, luck, or timing. It requires discipline, patience, and identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who spends money and start seeing yourself as someone who builds capital. You stop asking, how can I enjoy this paycheck? And start asking, how can I use this paycheck to buy my future? When you do this long enough, something powerful happens. Your money starts working harder than you do. And that is the moment you move from surviving to building. From earning to owning, from young to financially dangerous. If you do this in your 20s, your 30s become easier, your 40s become optional, and your life becomes flexible. This is not theory. This is how real wealth is built, quietly, slowly, relentlessly, starting now.